This is Pastor Tim Goshen, and I'm coming to you today to share just a little bit of information with you about our ministry and some upcoming events that are taking place. The very first thing that I want to do today, though, is invite you to join us for Believers Camp Meeting 2025 at the beautiful Heritage International Hotel and Resort and Conference Center in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Most of you may know what Heritage International is. Some of you remember it as Heritage USA or the PTL Club from back in the 80s. Yes, it's the same facility. And we're going there in June the 11th through the 14th to have the camp meeting. One of the best camp meetings we've ever had, we do believe. So again, Believers Camp Meeting 2025 at the beautiful Heritage USA Resort in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Heritage is now owned by Morning Star Ministries, and this is a beautiful place. Let me give you just a little bit of information about it. When we get down there for camp meeting, this place is so massive, so beautiful. The Spirit of God is so rich. When you walk through the door, you just feel the presence of the Lord. Caleb King and I went down back in January to tour the facilities and to talk with the management team and everything about doing our camp meeting down there. And the moment that Caleb and I walked in late at night, we walked into the facility. I've been there multiple times, and I was trying to explain to Caleb how it felt. And I said, Bub, you just won't know until you walk in and you experience it for yourself. So when we stepped in there that night, we were there till about midnight, just walking up and down Main Street, which is a main street inside the building. It's just a beautiful place. But I'll share some pictures and I'll show throughout this. I'll put some pictures on, and you can see as we're going through and I'm talking about it. I'll share some of that information with you. But anyway, as we were walking through, the Spirit of the Lord was just absolutely so thick and so rich in that place that we both just had tears, and just welling up with tears just walking around. But that is the place we're going to have camp meeting. So it's a place that's already rich with the Spirit. So what better place to go have camp meeting? So anyway, we went down in January to tour the place and make all the arrangements for it and everything. So here's what you got at Heritage. One end of it is offices and condos. This is all one huge building. Offices and condominiums. And you come through, and then you got the lobby. When you first walk through the door, the lobby is the sanctuary for Morning Star Ministries. Then you come through, you have behind the sanctuary, you go into Main Street, and Main Street is a place that's filled with shops, cafes, grocery stores, bookstores, just various things that are on Main Street. It's a beautiful place. So here's the good thing about it. When we get down there for camp meeting, you don't have to leave. You can come stay the whole week right there, and you have the grocery store, all the facilities, everything that you need is right there on the grounds at Heritage. You never have to leave. And so we're going to have things going on all throughout the day. We're not doing showcases. There's going to be one afternoon where there's going to be some artists singing, but it's not going to be a showcase. We're cutting all that out. We're really going into nothing but camp meeting. We're still going to have our morning worship services with some great preaching and some worship taking place in the mornings, and afternoons we're going to have some teaching classes and different things, and some fellowship throughout the day. And like I said, in one afternoon we're going to have some artists that are going to be singing with doing, it's not a showcase, it's just a time of fellowship with some artists singing. And then throughout the day, we've got Doug Green, who is one of the most phenomenal saxophone players I've ever heard, and a very dear friend of ours. He will be playing in the house band. The group is Doug and Gina Green. They're doing an awesome job right now, getting their music out to radio and sharing the gospel with a lot of people. But Doug will be playing on Main Street multiple times throughout the day, so people can just walk through and have a time of fellowship. There's different places to sit and pray and talk together with friends and just meet new people. And here's the good thing about it. All the camp meetings that we've done so far, we're advertising and trying to get people to come and show up for camp meeting. This is one very good thing about camp meeting at Heritage. There is already some people that live there in the condos and everything, in apartments there on the grounds at Heritage, that will be there for the event. They're looking forward to it. They're excited about it. And so there's just so many great things going to be happening at Heritage Camp Meeting, Believers Camp Meeting at Heritage. So you need to make plans to be there. Like I said, you never have to leave. You can be there the whole week. You don't have to go out and look for a restaurant. Caleb and I ate at the restaurant there at Heritage. They have some fabulous food. There's going to be a barbecue truck coming in, going to be there every day. Just different things. I mean, and they got a grocery store on site, so you don't have to leave. You can come and expect a week of fellowship and a week of building yourself up in the presence of the Lord and building your faith, and just leave revived. So like I said, we'll have the morning worship services with some preaching, and then afternoon teaching classes, and one afternoon with some singing. Brother Doug Green will be playing on Main Street various times throughout the day. House band will be playing again at 5 o'clock in the evening. Evening services will start at 6 o'clock with the group singing. This is something else we're doing different at camp meeting this year. When the groups will be singing at 6 o'clock. Start singing at 6 o'clock in the evening, just like always. But this time we're not doing featured groups at the end. There's not going to be any featured groups coming in. So in the middle of the evening concerts, the evening services, we will be putting preachers on the floor. So yes, there will be preaching in the morning, teaching in the afternoon, and preaching in the evening, because we feel like camp meeting, it's not only for people, but it's for the artists, and we need to be fed spiritually and uplifted. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people that don't like that, because people are so used to the conventions the way they always have been, just the singing and the singing and the singing, and very little of the word. But you know, the Bible didn't say that in the last days that we would have a famine for music, but it said we would have a famine for the word. So our ministry is going to do our part to make sure that there's no famine for the word. We're going to make sure that we're getting it out there, because here's the thing. Our whole goal is to, how do I say this? Our goal is to reach the lost and win the souls into the kingdom of God. We're not about the charts. We're not about the music industry. We're not about all the fame, and we're not about that. We're about ministry, and we're 100% ministry minded. So artists, listen, if you want to be a part of camp meeting, I'm going to put the name at the bottom of the screen, and on the bottom of the screen you can get, or the email rather, and on the bottom of the screen you can contact Hillary, and Hillary is the go-to person for anybody that wants to sign up and be a part of Believers Camp Meeting. Now after this video, don't message me trying to get it, because you need to message Hillary. She is the one that handles all of that. She's taking care of every bit of this. So I'm going to put her contact information on the bottom of the screen, so you look down there, get that, and you can email Hillary, and she'll get all the information to you. I want you to know, though, you have to send her, if you've never been to camp meeting and we're not familiar with you, our ministry is not familiar with you or whatever, then of course you will have to send in some video or some audio or something, and get to know Hillary. She'll give you all that information. I'll just put her contact down there, and you can reach out to her. But I want you to know, you can't just buy your way into camp meeting. There has to be a connection. We have to know that you're a fit for camp meeting, because when the Lord led us to change, see, we started out with Believers Music Fest, but a couple years ago the Lord switched that. I mean, the Lord just changed that, and the Lord directed us to change the name to Believers Camp Meeting. So we're not about, it's just not another convention. This is not one of your regular gospel music conventions. So I want you to understand that right from the get-go. This is camp meeting. So we want you to be a part of it, though. So artists, reach out to Hillary. Her information is there on the bottom of the screen. She can give you all the information that you need to have to be a part of camp meeting. So anyway, moving on. Camp meeting is great. I'm telling you, every year, for the last few years, every camp meeting, we have just been swept off our feet by the presence of the Lord. Last year in Whittier, North Carolina, the Spirit of God moved so strong that, I mean, we had so many denominations that were represented right there at camp meeting, but the Spirit of God was moving, and you know what? We saw the Baptists, the Pentecostals, and Christian church folk. We saw them all running the aisles together in the Spirit of God, moving in a mind. There was no confusion. There was, it was just total unity in the body of Christ. And we see God doing that because people are so hungry for a move of God. So again, if you're looking for another convention to go to where there's going to be an award show and all this, camp meeting is not the place for that. Where you will not be a good fit for camp meeting. But if you're looking for a place that you can work for the kingdom and help bring revival to this land, which is what we really need, then contact Hillary and get the information. All right. Now, I want you to know that Heritage, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful facility. The hotels, the hotel part of it's there, but there's a limited number of rooms at Heritage. There is a limited number because, like, it used to be a 500-room hotel. However, now it is a lot of it is offices and condos, and I think they're down to like 60 to 40 actual hotel rooms that are available. There is another hotel that is within driving is like 6 miles away, and it's I don't even remember the name of it, but I'm gonna put all that information down there. So if you want to come and be a part of it, you can make your reservations at one of the hotels, and I'll put everything you need to know down there, give you all the contact information for that. And also, if you're not an artist and you want to be a part of this event, maybe you say, well, I don't sing, I'm not an artist. Come, be uplifted, be spiritually fed, and be revived when you leave there. You can come for a great week of fellowship in the presence of the Lord. So, make your reservations. Come be a part of it. I know personally that most of our church members, where I pastor, most of the church members have already made their reservation to be there, and they're coming down for a week of refreshing and a week of revival. So you need to do the same thing. Make your plans to be there and be a part of this great camp meeting. Also, I want to invite sponsors. There's some groups that, yes, this thing costs. I mean, I want to explain that. This thing does cost to do. We have to rent the facility. We have to pay for all the stuff and all that. But, there's a lot of people that are sponsoring this event. And if you say, well, I can't come, I can't be a part of it, I can't be there in June, that's all right. We understand that everybody can't travel and everybody can't be a part of it. But we also need some sponsors. We need people that are willing to help us do this great work that we're doing. And let me give you a little more information about our ministry. It's not just camp meeting that we do. We do tent revivals, and we do revivals, and we're hoping to start doing tent revivals. Let me rephrase that. We're looking to purchase a tent. I'm even going to put a picture of that on the screen right now for you to look at. This is something we're believing God for, and we're believing God's going to give us enough sponsors and enough people to help us bring this to pass so that we can take this tent all over the United States and preach the gospel. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, what is there? It's a famine for the word. So we're going to take this thing all over the country, Lord willing, and we can get enough people to help us do that. So if you want to help us sponsor camp meeting, you want to help us sponsor the tent, the other things that we do in our ministries, we go to drug rehab facilities and we sing. Like I said, I also pastor, and we travel and do gospel music. The King family, who is a part of the team, they travel and do gospel music and preach and do revivals and things like that as well. So there's just a lot of outreach that we do, and a lot more that we want to do. Another thing that we do is we help artists that gospel music artists. We help them get their music out to radio with BMG, which is Believers Media Group. We help them get their music out to radio, and we help promote them and try to get the gospel out through song. Again, we're not worried about the fame and all the industry stuff. We just want to see to it that we get the word out through song and through ministry in any way that we can. But not only do we have BMG, we have BCTV, which is Believers Connection Television Network. This is something that is in the works. We own it. It's built. It's paid for. The network is there. We're trying to get the programming up and get everything up there. You know, get people in. If you're a minister, if you're an artist, and you want to be a part of Believers Connection Television Network, BCTV, then get up with us. Artists, we want to play your videos. We want to, if you would like to host a program, get up with us and get the information about that. Just so many things that we're doing. We're hoping to add Believers Connection magazine this year and different things. There's just so much outreach that we're trying to do to try and just to try and get people more involved in ministry and get the word out to them every possible way that we can. So we want you to pray about being a sponsor and help us to do that. You know, like I said, there's a lot of people that are hurting and they need to hear the word of God. And you know, you may say, well, how can I help? I want to help get the gospel out, and I want to help minister to people, and I want to help share the word with them. But you know, maybe you don't travel. Maybe you're not called to preach. Maybe you're not a singer. Well, and you're like, well, how can I help share the gospel? You could be a sponsor, and even if you can't go, if you sponsor and you help with that, with a donation that way, and send your sponsorship in, then you're helping us get the gospel out to the world. And so you're just as important as the preacher behind the pulpit or the singer on the stage if you are a sponsor. So we would love for you to pray about being a part of that. And I want you to understand today that we're not doing this to ask you for money. I want you to pray about it. If you don't feel that God is leading you to be a sponsor with our ministry, then, you know, by all means, please follow the leadership of the Lord. But if you feel a connection and you want to help us do what we're doing for the upbuilding of the kingdom, I'm asking you today just to ask the Lord and say, God, would you have me be a part of that? And if you feel that He would, then we'll put all the contact information on the screen. Just everything's there. Also, I'm going to put up the QR code if you want to scan that to make your donation. We'll put up the links to all that. Everything will be there to where you can become a sponsor. And if you sponsor our ministry, please write us a letter, let us know, because if you come to some of our meetings, tent revivals, camp meetings, whatever, we want to meet with you, and we want to sit down one-on-one and talk with you and just give you an update, regular update of what God's doing through the ministry. And like I said, we've got a team, and all of us, we still carry on with our full-time job and do ministry, but we're hoping to get to the point soon that we can all just be on the road preaching the gospel and just sharing the gospel with the world, because that's where our heart is in this last day. So again, I just want to invite you to be a sponsor. Just pray and ask God. I'm not begging anybody to sponsor, but pray and ask the Lord what He would have you to do. And if you feel led to be a sponsor, then all the information is right there on your screen, and we would greatly appreciate that. But listen, let me talk about our team again. We have, like I said, my wife and I, Delora, and we pastor a church in Harlan, Kentucky. We travel and sing as Tim Goshen and the Believers with a full band and other singers. And, we love doing it. It's our mission. It's our goal. Our heart's just there. That's what we want to do. We want to share the gospel with the world. Then also the other side of the team, we have the King family. We have Caleb and Sam. Caleb and Samantha. We call her Sam. We have Caleb and Samantha King, and we have Earl and Vicky King, and then we have Hillary Bumgarner, and we even have Robbie, but he don't travel, but we got him. He's got our back, and he's praying for us while we're gone. But we have all of them as part of the team, and then there's just so many others that are part of it. But we devote our time. Hillary does so much work. Her and Sam do so much work behind the scenes that people don't see. Caleb and I, we preach and talk to people and try to plan events and things like that. Earl's preaching and sharing the gospel with people all over the country and doing his lives and all that and doing revivals and things. We're really trying our best to reach people with the gospel. And it's a hard thing in this day and time, because so many people are more interested in I'm trying to be nice here, but people are more interested in fame and fortune and what's it do for me. You know, at the last several camp meetings that we've had, just to give you an example, you know, we were supposed to be a featured group. Our group and the King family, we were singing together, supposed to be a featured group, but the Spirit of the Lord began to move. Guess what? We didn't take our time on the stage, and it didn't affect us one bit, because our whole purpose and our whole goal was to see God have His way among the people. And that's the kind of people we're reaching out to. That's the kind of people we want to be a part of camp meeting, and to come and do what the Lord would have them do. But listen, I know I'm rattling on and on and on, but I just wanted to give you some information, give you some quick information. We also have Believers Camp Meeting 25 coming up in Harlan, Kentucky. That's November. I'll put those dates on there as well. As a matter of fact, Hillary made a brochure that has the dates for both camp meetings, and on that it has some donate information where you can scan the QR codes and things like that. I'll go ahead and put that on the screen as well, so you can see that, and that'll give you all the information that you need about camp meeting. It tells a little bit about what you can expect at camp meeting. But let me just say this: we're praying and we're believing that God is going to do a thing in this last day. There's going to be a great revival that's coming, and we want to be a part of it. We want to do our part. So that's why we're doing what we are doing. And so again, I want to invite you to be a part of it. Come, make your plans. All the information's on the screen. If you want to be a sponsor, if you're an artist and you want to be a part of one of the camp meetings, get a hold of Hillary. All the information is going to be right there on the screen, everything you need. I hope you have a blessed day. Hope the Lord just richly blesses you and pours blessings out on you beyond your wildest imagination. We love you. We're praying for you, and hope you're praying for us as well.